Hello, everyone. Good evening. Today, I'm really blessed to have someone who I really respect, admire, adore, and look up to. Someone who's one of my favorite actresses, a favorite human being, favorite person. She needs no introduction. You all know her. Well, if you see her like this, you all would recognize her, but the role that I'm talking about in particular, if you see her like this, you'll say, not possible. This person would not have done that role. Well, we will come to that as well. I will tell you which role it is. And yes, you got it right. You guessed it. Many of you. I can read your minds. All right. We have with us a lady who needs no introduction at all. Susan Bernert, who is a German born. Thanks, Susan, for taking out time. I am truly grateful to you. She's
Yeah,
a
anytime. We are friends. So when you asked me prior, and I said I can't do it at that time, and then the first chance that we had to meet up online, of course I jumped at it.
how sweet of you. Yeah. How sweet of you. Big tight hug to you. Yeah. So Susan
Yeah,
is
I miss those hugs. Since you moved away and you're based now out of Mumbai, and you're in Delhi, I think a lot of people are missing you here.
Thanks. Yeah, how sweet is that? How sweet is that, Susan? Susan, also, tell us a bit about your childhood, and we would like to know more about the person. See, about your work, everyone is familiar with. People have seen, they have appreciated, they have loved you, and the most important and the most interesting aspect is actually when people do not believe that you are the person who played Sonia Gandhi in the accidental prime minister. They say, no, 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 can't be. It was so accurate. It was so accurate. We will come to that subsequently over conversation. But
Hmm.
apart from the accidental prime minister, you have a huge body of work as an actor, which whole lot of it, before and after as well. We will come. Let's start with your journey from the beginning. Tell us a bit about your childhood, Susan.
That's a broad range, yeah, childhood. So I was born in the north, and my dad is a now retired customs officer. And so when I was 7, 8, we shifted to the south, and it's not a different language like in India if you shift to a different county, but it was a different dialect, what sounded like a different language for me. So I entered this whole new yeah, new terrain, new people, everything was different. I went to a school in north where I was writing in a normal journal with a normal pen, and then suddenly in south I was in this school that had nuns as teacher, and I've never seen a nun in my life before, so that was a culture shock. And they made me write with chalk on these little boards. And I was like, what is this? And I couldn't write. My writing was very bad. So one day my mom was fed up with my crying at home. And she took one of my journals from the prior school, went to the nun and showed it to her and said, see, this is her handwriting. She was taught in a different way, in a different style. And the teacher was very impressed. And she dialed down her criticism or encouragement of me because she was showing the journal and said, see, that's her handwriting. So I had a couple of yeah, interesting encounters there at an age where you're not really understanding what's going on. When you're older, you can handle things better. When you're 8 years old and you're like, what is going on? And who are all these people and what's happening? And what are they talking? Because the accent is very strong. Like if people talk in an accent, somebody from other parts of Germany, they will not understand. It's only an accent, but it sounds like a different language. So I had a couple of bumps and bruises from the transfer. But finally, we all settled down, my whole family. I have a brother. And then we started enjoying life there because, I don't know, Sound of Music you're familiar with, or Yash Raj movies with Switzerland. So I grew up in that kind of a setting with the mountains and the trees and the forest. So one of my, when I was walking home to school, from school to home, I had to go up the mountain a little bit and go through a foresty area and by a little river, and very scenic, very beautiful.
Wow. Which character from the Sound of Music can you identify the most with?
None.
None. Okay. So we
No.
can talk about the little girl. I hate to go, cannot tell a lie. Na, 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 na. I love that. Yeah, it was one of my favorite films, in fact. So, okay, tell us
Wow.
I sing very badly, but I love to sing. Different thing. So tell us. So right from your childhood, you were into performing arts, into theater, into performing plays in school. How did the love for the creative art develop in you, Susan?
I think it just happens when you're maybe I've seen a lot of loners be very creative. I've seen a lot of people who are usually more quiet on the side or not so extrovert. They tend to go towards creative arts. Shy people. A lot of shy people are actors. What is an interesting thing when you look at it? A lot of people who were bullied in school become actors, or a lot of people who have problems in life, they become actors. And I don't know if it was right there from the beginning or it just grew in me. But I don't remember a time when I didn't want to be an actor. And my parents told me I was doing little puppet theater for them and dressing up and dancing and always creative, painting and doing all kinds of things. So, and that was encouraged. So, my school was encouraging it, and I had a teacher in a different school later on who told my mom, took my mom to the side and said, she has a talent. You could please encourage this because I've never seen a child with this much of energy on stage, with that kind of a presence on stage at that age. So if you can, please support this. And mom being mom, yeah, she did support him. My dad was more flustered. He's still, he's still a little aghast at where I am and what I'm doing. He loves me. He loves that I'm happy. He is very supportive. But my first play on stage in Germany, he was worried I will fall off the stage because he was like, the lights are so bright on your face. How do you know where even the end is of the stage? You will fall into the audience pit. And I was like, how will you, Papa, is that the only thing you have to say about the play? Not about my performance, not about my co-actors, not about anything that happened in the show, but could you see where the stage is at, where the stage ends and so yeah, my brother is a little similar. My brother sees me on screen and he's like, that's not you. I said, of course that's not me. That's the whole idea of being an actor. But and my mom is more into it because she also performed amateur theater. She's a dancer. She used to love dancing and performing herself, so she was very encouraging.
So the nuns in school, they did they encourage you? Or were they Irish nuns, or what were they? Where were they from?
German,
German, oh, the
German,
German nuns.
German
All right.
Catholic.
Okay.
I was there only for like 2.5 years, and because then we had to shift again, and then that was only that one school, and then it became a normal school. They were very normal as well, but imagine a child coming and seeing a nun for the first time in black. You know the black avatar. So it's a little it takes a second to realize, what is this? We've never seen it before, huh?
I swear I can well imagine. Okay, so now, when was it that you realized that now you should? How did you shift to India from Germany happen, Susan?
It happened. It was a chance encounter. I was in Dubai for holiday and I saw this ad online where they were looking for an actress to play the best friend of the Indian actress. A filmmaker there, Anand Duseja, he was trying to make his project there, made in Dubai movie. Everybody from Dubai, made in Dubai, support from Dubai. It's called Destined Hearts. And so we shot that, and like I was doubling as a costume department, somebody else was doubling as a technician, being an actor in front of the camera as well. So we were all pitching in, and we were making this movie. And I ended up being the lead, not the friend of the lead, because he couldn't find an actress that could perform like that. So he just changed the whole story, made it a German Bhartiya Pyar Ki
Destiny.
Kahani, Kismat Wali Baat dance thing. So it became this completely different story. And yeah, it's available online.
Destiny. I mean, you were destined to play that part, and
Yeah.
thereafter you
And then I
moved to
met all
India.
these people. No, I met all these people from India, and they were all saying, "Come, come, come. You could be successful in India. You could act there." And that had never entered my mind. So after this holiday in Dubai, I had met so many people, and then I met Ajay Sinha, consequently, again in Dubai, and he offered me a part in Stop. That's a movie he shot. Om Puri is in it, and Tejaswini Kolhapur. Is that her name? Tejaswani?
That's right. Tejasvi
And
Kolhapuri.
so a lot of people were in that movie, and there was a small character. I did that, and I loved hanging out on his set. I loved watching the technician and the cameraman and the director and how everybody was interacting. And I started just hanging out there, even when I was not shooting or required. And Ajay liked that. So he said, "Why don't you come to India, visit me, my family?" So I stayed with his family, September 2004. Yeah, sorry. And then I went back to Germany after that. It was a great holiday. I was going and meeting a lot of people. I met Alec Padamsi and I met Dolly Thakur. You also had a chat with her, I saw the other day. Yeah. So met a lot of interesting people, roamed around here. That was all before Uber and Ola, so it was very confusing how to get from A to B because I had to go to South Bombay and I didn't know how to go to South Bombay, and I got lost. And then I took the
Didn't know
bus.
the
And
language.
no,
अभी
nothing.
तो
Then
आप
took the
अभी तो आप अच्छी उर्दू बोलती हैं, अच्छी हिंदी बोलती हैं,
कुछ
बोलेंगी
भी नहीं
उर्दू
अभी
नहीं
तो
आती.
नहीं नहीं उसी टाइम तो कुछ नहीं आती थी. I didn't know nothing, यार. I didn't know anything, and I was very confused how to get from A to B. There was no taxi service. I asked, "Can we just call a taxi?" And they were like, "How do you call a taxi?" The Indian people didn't know how to help with that. So, okay. uh, so I flew back to after this nice holiday, interesting holiday, and I flew back to Germany. And in Germany, Ajay called me and said, "There's this part in Astitva Ikrim Kahani, what was a very successful show at that time, 2004, 5, 6. There was Harsh Chaya in it, Varun Badola, Nikki Anijavalia, Alok Nath. So I had met all these people, and I loved the energy of that set and how these people were working together. It was more like a family working together than a unit. So wasn't sometimes you get like really infatuated with the unit, you want to work there, and when that offer came and he said there's a part of Catherine Nastisba, I thought I won the lottery, literally. So we shot in London, we shot in Mumbai, and then yeah, then I didn't want to leave. So I stayed on, got more work, and that was the start of this life here.
So you worked with some wonderful people. Varun Madula is one of my, I love him. I love his voice. I love the way how naturally he does. Alok Nath again. But tell me about your experience with Om Puri Saab, one of the most renowned, internationally acclaimed Indian actor who's done so many Hollywood films, so many films in the West. How was your experience working with Om Puri Saab? I would like to know. And what was it in particular you learned from Om Puri Saab?
Very unfortunate I didn't have any scenes with him. I got to know he's part of the movie afterwards only. I didn't know at that time. And I met him only, not privately, we met at functions, and we were at the same film festival that I don't really recall where it was. So I had the honor to be with him on stage, sit next to him, watch one of his movies, and that was nice. It made a very good impression on me. I
What a
loved his
simple
acting.
soul. What a
Hmm?
simple soul. What a simple soul. I mean, initially one would be Om Puri Saab, and he'll make you feel so comfortable. He'll be, Arey
Yeah.
yaar, how, hey, how, bato, how, and you
Very,
would so connect with him instantly. And in
yes.
fact, his wife and son, Nanda Puri and Nishan Puri, are common friend of ours. We are like, they're like
Yes, they
family
are.
for you and for me
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody who follows me on social media knows that we are friends because they keep on popping up. Like you used to pop up, and now you're so far away, you can't pop up on my social media. Now you do. You do. Now you're popping up.
But the last we met also virtually was again on StreamYard, if you remember. The start of the
Mhm.
pandemic, we
Yeah,
did that talk, the motivational talk, it was again on StreamYard.
mothers, mothers on mothers.
On Mother's Day. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
That was my first experience with StreamYard actually. I did not know how to handle StreamYard, and in fact, I was getting cut,
Yes,
and
you
I was
were.
coming back, getting cut, coming back, and
Yeah.
you handled the fort for me. I was hosting the show. You were a guest, and the artist that you are. I mean, it is. And thank you for that. You saved the day. I mean, I was getting
That
cut.
was always because nobody was able to understand what's going on, so we were just like waiting for you to come back and forth, and you can't sit and just not say anything. At least I can't do that. That's
Yeah.
sometimes that's sometimes a curse and sometimes a blessing because I have jumped into situations where I burned myself badly by thinking I'm helping. So trying to assess a little bit more before I jump in, but because I know you and I knew the people at that time, I was thinking it's fine.
Right. So tell us about so many things to ask you. You know, my mind is overworked with questions because what happens when you are with a friend,
Yeah.
your mind is working overtime. Okay. See, my phone, people are watching us speak, and as we speak, one of your fans is also calling up.
Oh,
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Uh, they broke my chain of thoughts. Phone ringing.
okay. Awesome. As
Oh
I'm
God.
talking on the phone, nobody can call me right now.
So you put some other this thing, some do not disturb kind of a thing.
No, I told my mom she can't call me, and otherwise, if somebody calls, I just disconnect. But it's very quiet, so it's
Right.
okay.
Right. Okay. So now let me, though you have a huge body of work, be it in theater, be it in films, be it on television, especially. But now let me jump to a role which is actually very contrary, very different to your personality. Yes, I'm talking about the accidental prime minister. So, how was it preparing and enacting as Sonia Gandhi? Because you are so convincing. Everyone, there were people laying bets that no, they've got Sonia Gandhi actually to do that role, and there's that, and especially when they would say it's been done by Susan Bernert, no one could believe it. No, cannot be happening, cannot be happening. So that's what a real actor is.
Yeah, they kept me out of any press as well as so people didn't really know what I looked like in real unless they were Googling me. So I think the surprise was even stronger. Yeah. Preparing was a little surreal, yeah. The way I got the part was also that somebody tagged me on Twitter because I had done Sonia Gandhi for ABP News prior. So somebody tagged
Okay.
me on Twitter and said, "See this movie, you should be in it." Or actually, they tagged both of us, Anupam Kher and me. And then I saw the poster, and on the poster there was a possibility for a contact, like for PR or whatever people wanted to contact for casting. So I told my manager to get in touch with them. And he did that, and he didn't get an answer for a very long time. And I flew to Germany on holiday, and they came there while I was on holiday and asked me to audition. So I did an online audition that Rajat Sharma later tweeted, and it became viral. And I was like, you guys never told me you're gonna like publicize my audition. You know, it's a little because you do something in an audition. That means you're very raw. You haven't finalized anything yet. You're just giving glimpses because it takes time to work on a character. You must be knowing that. It's like you're taking a diamond in the raw cut and not giving it time to be polished and set and made up beautifully. So I was actually a little bit like, why did they tweet this? And so then they were like, okay, thanks. And then they disappeared again. I was still in Germany. And then it was going back and forth, back and forth. It was always like 1 week gap, no news. Then they were coming back and said, yeah, we're still talking about it. Then 1 week, okay, we're going to send the contract. Then 1 week, we're going to discuss the money. Then 1 week, it was just like 1 week after the other week that was just coming around. And I was like, am I doing this? Am I not doing this? Am I doing this? Am I doing? I was very nervous about it. I wanted to do it because I knew I would do a good job. It sounds a little like too proud or something, but I knew because I've done it before and I didn't want it to be a caricature. I just wanted to, it looks as convincing and as natural and as possible. So then it was finalized, and then I came back to India, and then we started working on they give every actor a file. These are the videos we want you to watch. These are the footages we are sharing with you. उसके अलावा आप कुछ नहीं देखेंगे, आप कुछ नहीं करेंगे. Yeah, ये सिर्फ files देखना है. उसके अलावा please don't do anything else. So there were a couple of videos there, and I must have watched them hundreds and hundreds of times. I have this. process, or I was trying to do something that I'm putting like a seed in me just by watching it again and again, and then seeing how it grows into this character that you will only later figure out, on the set with the costume when the scenes are coming together with your co-actors. Then it comes alive. Before that, you have to just work on your own. And so I was just listening to speeches and trying to see little patterns, little things she's doing in life, and trying to make it real from the inside, not plastered on from the outside. So, and by the reviews and what you are saying and everything, I think it worked.
It worked very well. It worked really very well. And okay, how was it when people wouldn't believe that you were Sonia Gandhi? ना वो आप नहीं थे और कोई होगा. तो ऐसे बहुत reactions मिले होंगे. How were the reactions?
I got a message actually from somebody saying, "Why didn't you do that?" I got a message. Why didn't they take you? And I was like, "That is me." And he was like, "No, that cannot be you." I got that a lot. I that happened, but
I understand. That was
surprisingly, it
beautiful.
was very quiet. I think a lot of people didn't realize it's me. Yeah, they saw the trailer or whatever, but because I didn't give any interviews and I was kept away from press and there were no press conferences where I was like me there, I don't think a lot that people were putting one and one together.
But that character was really appreciated. I mean, everyone said, "Bhai, ye role जिसने भी करा है." Half the people thought it was actually Sonia Gandhi there. But then they thought, "No,
Yeah.
Sonia Gandhi थोड़ी ना politics छोड़ के फिल्मों में acting करेंगी." This
No, no, no,
became
no, no.
accurate. बोल रहा है.
I took, I have this that I really like the way Meryl Streep acts. Yeah. So the way she did Margaret Thatcher, I took that as a guidance a little bit. I was looking at how she was able to take typical Margaret Thatcherisms, incorporate them, but not make them too loud. So I was trying to take inspiration from her because she has a
And
very
also, Susan, you actually made me feel very good because I felt not very left out. I didn't feel I'm alone. When you said you saw those videos hundreds of times, I've been accused of what the hell, yeah, you get obsessive when you're preparing for something. But that is the way, what you explained just now, like putting the seed and growing into that personality, that person. I do the same. Exact. So when you
uh,
mentioned you saw that video hundreds
Akil.
of times, I felt, wow. I didn't
Yeah,
feel.
Akil reads the script 100 times at least. He goes very deep and very long, and I'm somewhere in the middle because if I read a script too many times, then it backfires on me. I have to find the right thing, otherwise it becomes stale for me. He gets better and better. I don't. So for me, this I can't read the script too many times. I have to be a little careful, and he can read the script hundreds and hundreds of times. I think that's the thing about acting. If somebody asks me, give me a method of acting, what we do, Akil and me, in teaching acting, we are telling people how to acquire certain techniques and then figure out who you are as an actor. Like you can't copy my style, you can't copy Akil's style, you can't copy Ali's style. Yeah, we all have our distinct little traits and distinct little things that we're working on. Like I went out and bought a perfume to play Sonia Gandhi. I wanted a perfume that was making this character prominent in me. So I used that perfume for that shoot only. I found something where I thought this would be this fits me for her.
Wow. Wow.
So I love that, and I had a different flavor for Queen Helena. There was
Wow.
actually a perfume. There was a perfume called from Fork. It was called Queen. So I was using that, and it was working. There's something about smell for me, smell and sound that works very well for me. And other people they need to read it again and again. And other people are working visually. So every actor is having their own personal tips and tricks how they approach a character. Plus, it's
Right.
different if you take a real life character. I don't know. Have you done a real life character?
Yes, I have. I have. In fact, I was doing a film with Maj Mohd Ali Shah called Yara, where I play the Sikh cop. So I had to
Okay.
grow my beard and my hair for 2.5 years. I learned to
Oh,
speak
wow.
Punjabi. I learned to tie a 6 meters turban myself. And
Wow.
I quit smoking completely, Susan. I don't smoke now. I spent a
Oh.
month. I spent over a month in the Golden Temple in Amritsar, read the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the religious scripture of the Sikhs, and I
Mm.
had to speak Thet Punjabi. I learned that. So when I went for the dubbing, similar experience as you. I went for the dubbing. So the dubbing director thought that probably Muhammad Ali Shah has come to dub for Jasjeet Singh. So now I cut my hair and I was clean shaven. So a similar experience. I can relate to that, what you were saying.
Yeah, but these are the kicks that we're getting as actors. These are the things that we're living for. That you
Exactly.
disappear so much that when you come in front of people, I still have that a lot. Like, so yeah, I know you're an actor, and then when you say latest movie, I say I've just played Sonia Gandhi in Accident Prime Minister. You see it, is going on. What? What?
I know how it feels. But tell you one thing, a lot of actors they crave for recognition. I
Mm.
certainly am one of the actors who does not, who generally does not. I am not the type who would want to be known by my face, or I would try to peep from the character. That I would rather play the part honestly, truthfully, and that's about it. So I really am not really bothered about the fact that people say we have never heard your name or your face or which film are you in, and when I give them a reference, they're like, "Oh, you are that person." So I have never been bothered about that. So now you, I don't know, you made me feel not alone. I felt very good about the fact that when you said that you see a video hundreds of times. So how do you feel when people do not put two and two together with you and in Accidental Prime Minister, it was you who played the lead in that?
Um, if it's a normal person on the road, I don't mind. If it's somebody from the industry, I'm getting a little peaked. If you get a casting call and the people who are calling you, they don't know. I had to give an audition. I had to give all my references. So I gave my IMDb link and my uh, audition videos and my pictures. I sent सारे जानकारी भेजा. कुछ भी यार. I was sending everything because they were asking for everything. And then I am in the Zoom talk with the director and with an assistant. अच्छा आप हिंदी जानते हैं? I'm like, I sent you everything. No, we don't know who you are. I said, ठीक है. So I was Queen Helena in a show, TV show, and I was an accidental prime minister, Sonia Gandhi. No, 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 I don't watch and I don't know. And so, yeah, and that's not the exception. There's so many times where they call Akhil or they call me and they don't know what we've done. Like they don't do the background check. Yeah. And I would not call someone up and not know who they are.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Like if I need to talk to someone or somebody approaches me for a movie or a role, sometimes I get emails or direct message and I Google the person before I chat with them. So sometimes there is some information or the person is saying, no, I'm a newcomer or whatever. I did this amazing short film with a independent filmmaker who will put all his idea and love and money into this project called Cycle of Death. Amazing on Bhagavad Gita's concept of rebirth. So that is now on YouTube available. Sorry, little go
No,
and watch.
please go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
We would like to
It's
know about that
amazing.
as well. I would like to
So
know our viewers to know about that as well. Yes. Tell me
So
about
he
the
came to me. He
on
came
YouTube.
to me, Umesh Raj. He came to me and he said, "I have not done anything. I come from a ad background. I know about camera. I know about the technicalities, but I don't have any credits. But I know I need you for this short film because I can't see anybody else doing this character." So these are the words that every actor wants to hear. Now, I can't do this project without you. Is honey. It's like okay, okay. What money? Forget money. We do. We do this.
Yeah, it's very, very flattering. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very flattering, and then you feel also so loved and appreciated that you will do anything. Yeah, you become this unit, the director and the whole team and everybody, because you are what that director wanted to work with, and that's a great thing. So you want to do good. So that movie is out now on YouTube. It's called Cycle of Death. And please watch it. Leave a
Of
comment.
course, of course, very much. Cycle of Death, ladies and gentlemen, do watch this film, Cycle of Death. It's on YouTube. Yes, Suzanne, please.
So, if people are not prepared and they talk to me and they're from the industry and they say they work in the industry and they're casting agents for I don't know how long and they don't know who I am or they don't know who Akhil Mishra is or maybe they don't know who you are. They just don't check up prior. I find this very negligent because you expect me as an actor to come on the set and be prepared and do my job and know how to do an audition and know how to do the light and how you want everything, but you can't check who I am prior. That's a little like yeah. So if a person on the road doesn't know me, I can live with that. But if somebody from the industry doesn't know me, I just don't know
Makes
what to
sense.
do with that.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Susan, and of course, with Akhil is a very dear friend. Akhil's a very talented writer, and so the combination of an actor and, of course, and a writer. So he must be telling you, okay, okay, when I'm writing a role, and actors, how is it gelling with a writer? Tell me, I would like to know that.
We both write, so it works very well. I mean, our creative juices are always flowing, as you can see. I keep on bombarding you with our little YouTube videos that we are making.
I watch every single video of yours. You know that, and
Wow.
yeah, I watch
Leave
every
a
single
comment,
video of
yeah.
yours. I
Wow.
share it as well. I share it in my
Mm.
broadcast, in my groups. I share all your videos, Susan, and it is
And I have to tell you, everything that is there is unrehearsed. It's spontaneous and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
spur of the
that you
moment.
can see.
Yeah.
Yes. Would like to tell our viewers the name of your YouTube channel from your mouth, and I would like all the viewers who are watching right now to please
I
go
know.
right now, subscribe, like, comment on Susan Bernert. Go
My
on
name.
YouTube. Go on YouTube right now. Anyone and everyone who's listening, and trust you me, these are such amazing videos. A delight. It's a delight, and take my word for it. It's actually a delight. I watch every single video of Susan on YouTube, every single video, and very sweet of Susan. She thinks of me that she sends it to me, and I share them. So abhi aap dekho, share karo, daba ke share karo, and
Yeah,
Susan,
you
we are
know
so
how it is. To get people to watch something, it's always a hassle. I enjoy your videos as well. You also bring a very different flavor to your YouTube and to the way you're doing your shows and your interviews.
sweet. Thank you. Means a lot, yeah. Means a real
No, no,
lot.
because otherwise, why would you still go on, and people would watch it? You have a good viewership and it will grow. I'm very sure of that. Like your
Thank
audience is
you.
growing, your videos are growing, and everything slowly but surely.
With support and love of friends like you, certainly. I mean, Susan, thank you so much for being in conversation. I am truly grateful to you. But before we part, I would like you to give any message you would like to give to our viewers. It can be anything of your choice, of your wish. And I'm sure they all have enjoyed listening to you as much as I've enjoyed being in conversation with you. But I'm sure they would want to hear a parting note from you, Susan.
The parting note will be safe soil. I don't know if you guys follow that. If I don't know who doesn't know about it, that Sadhguru has been traveling for 30,000 kilometers in 25 nations in 100 days. Now he has reached India. He's at day number 71, I think. He reached Jamnagar yesterday in Gujarat after traveling literally everywhere from the UK to Germany, France, over the Alps into Italy to then the whole Tunisia, all the way down to the whole. When that heat wave was on, he was in Dubai. When that sandstorm was there, he was driving. He was riding. I have the videos on YouTube, on Instagram. You see the videos. It's like 40 plus degrees, and he's on the bike with helmet and full stuff, and he can't even sit on his seat. You can see him going up and down because the seat gets so hot. So this all thing is there because there is soil depletion going on, and if we don't have the governments of the world come up with certain regulations and rules and start doing something about it, then by 2045 we are in big trouble. We don't want to have. We have inflation right now. and people have to cut down on their food. Just imagine you have no food. Cutting down is one thing. Having to cut down on your expenses because of inflation, everything, that is one thing. But not being able to buy something because it's not there. That's a very scary scenario. I don't want to scare anybody, but it's something we should be aware of. And we are showing support to the Safe Soil movement just by being online talking about it. Like I'm talking to you right now about it. I've been talking to my parents about it. I've been talking to everybody who would listen, because Safe Soil is really needed. And the only thing you need to do is become an Earth Buddy. Check out safesoil.org and read up on why this movement is so important, what we can do as single human beings, because the power lies in numbers. So the more people talk about it, the more soft pressure is being applied online by all of us, the more we can push governments into actions.
Wow, superb. Susan, thank you so much for taking your time. I truly appreciate. And by you coming here, could you just tell all our viewers your social media handles once again, your way they
Oh,
need to
I'm
follow you on Instagram and all? Yeah.
everywhere. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me in Ku, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and public app. What is like YouTube but in Hindi. And I just joined Josh. How's the Josh? I wanted to, I wanted to see what the Josh is about Josh app. So that's about it. And I
You
have
have
my own channel on Celebfi app, but that's something different. And Celebfi app, where I have my own channel where I'm talking about makeup, cosmetics, face yoga, these kinds of things.
right. Susan, thank you so much for being in this candid conversation. I truly am grateful to you, really from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. Lots of love and my love to Akhil once he's back.
Yeah. Yes, once he's back. Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure. And yes, we did it. After a lot of prep time, we were able to meet online. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much, Susan. Bye.
Take
Take
care,
care.
Ali. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Take care. Let's end this live.